Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? I hope so. Okay, so last night was the premiere of Belle Collective Birmingham, and Stormy, she's the anchor of that show. And it started off with her getting ready for her premiere party for her collab with Lala. And she received a prototype of a box that they were going to have when they put together the collection for the Lala. I think it was like, what is it? Love, Lala, and La Intense, where they had a collection that they were going to put together. And the box that Stormy received, it was not up to her standards. She compared it to her other box that she had made for her perfume launch. And she didn't like the quality of the cardboard. She didn't like the foam that was on the inside. So they contacted the manufacturer and they were like, well, the budget wasn't there. And she's like, oh, let's not do that. The budget was there. We gave you $150,000. We could have ordered overseas if it wasn't a time constraint, but we decided to do it domestically. Now, by him trying to say there was a budget thing, and instead of getting to the point where, oh, this is just a prototype, when we get you the real boxes, they won't be like that. I don't know if Stormy gonna want to work with them again, because Stormy is very particular. She wants things a certain way. She is very creative. She has a lot of good ideas. She's been like that ever since Facebook, when her and Courtney were doing those skits when she was trying to sell her hair products. So I can understand her getting upset, because when you're planning an event, and an event of that magnitude, and now it's going to be on TV, you want everything to be as perfect as possible. You want every detail top notch. Everything. You want everything to flow perfectly. And this is her first time having a collab with a celebrity on that status, like a Lala Vasquez, Lala Anthony. So I can understand her being upset, but he said that they were going to be able to get them some boxes by the 27th, but they were still pushing it because the live was January 30th. So fast forward, when they get to the premiere, she did call Lala to show her the space, show her how everything looked, but she did let her know we had a few hiccups, but we got it handled. And Lala was like, I knew something was up because you weren't showing me anything, but she was very excited and happy, and she loved the space. She's like, I'm about to cry. So she liked what Stormy is doing. So I thought that was good, because like I said, Stormy is very creative. She has a lot of good ideas. So then we meet, what's her name? Kayla. So we meet Kayla. We learned that Kayla was 17. She was working at Hooters. She met her husband. He was 32. They're going through a divorce. I think it's finalized. But fast forward over here to the premiere party. Kayla show up. She got a new boo. He 52 years old. I said, okay, then Kayla. So then we see Fumi and her husband. They were talking about the property, and Fumi wants to keep the house that they're in now and purchase the other house. And the husband's like, I don't know how she think we're going to do all this. The sister agreed with the husband. Look, we need to sell this before we try to move and get something else. But Fumi is like, she don't understand what the problem is. Then we see Amber, and Amber catches Stormy up on her, I guess, her little tiff with Kayla, because she brought up Stormy had some type of event. Kayla comes in, she speaks to everybody, she hugs them. Stormy was like, this is my friend Amber. She kind of just looked at her, and that was it. She didn't speak or anything. Fast forward to the party, Kayla still didn't speak to Amber. So I don't know what their issue is. Amber did say that she's seen little things being said on social media. So as the show go on, we'll get into that a little bit more. Then, like I said, Stormy, she called up Lala to show her the space. The ladies start to arrive. Everybody thinks everything looks nice. It looks really cute. I think it was Amber, when she saw Fumi, she said, you are really short. You like, what she call her, pocket size or something? Fumi's like, I'm a giant. So I thought that was really cute. And then so Stormy goes to sit down with Amber, and she's like, so how's it going? How are you okay? She said, well, she still didn't speak. So Stormy said, is it okay if I go get her? She was like, yeah. So she go get Kayla, and she sit down. She was like, yeah, I thought it was interesting how y'all met. And Kayla is just looking around like, what is going on? So that's when Amber points out, like, once before you didn't speak, you got here, you didn't speak again. And Kayla is like, I don't remember that. Now, half the time, Kayla looked like she floating in the clouds anyway. So when Amber was doing all that talk, I was like, do Kayla even know there's an issue? Like, you know, but do Kayla know? But I don't know, because fast forward in the season from the trailer, Kayla gonna say some little slick stuff, but then she gonna act like, oh, they're just trying to make it seem like it's just me. But I don't know. But pretty much, it was a pretty decent intro to the new collective. The production of it all looks a little bit better than the OG collective. Everything looks a little bit more richer, even the quality of the production, like when you're watching on TV. But it was cool. I didn't have a problem with it. I'm ready to see what else they're gonna, bring about in this new collective. If y'all watched it, let me know. Get down in the comments, and I'll talk to y'all later.